Alright, so here's going to be an update video on how to connect a Pelco Spectra IV PTZ camera in direct mode with a KB300A keyboard. You can go ahead and purchase the KBD kit wall block, which comes with 2 of these wall blocks, RJ45 terminals, and a 12-volt power supply. You can use any 12-volt power supply and any Cat5 cable. You do not need a wall block, but I'll show you how to do that anyway. Should you not have a wall block, you can use any RJ45 cable. Here are the pin configurations. Note that the connector clip is at the bottom, so pin 1 starts there. There's your data transmit, T+, T-, your 12-volt power connections, and then should you be hooking this up in a different configuration or to other devices, you have your R- and R+. For direct mode, switch 5 must be on. You can look at the switch settings. Go ahead and download or view this manual online. Just search for KBD300A installation operation manual and it should pop up. Page 26, 27. Assuming you have a KBD kit from Pelco, comes with this with the little legend on it. As you can see, 12-volt power to terminals 3 and 4. Data transmit, terminals 1 and 2. Always TX to RX. So the transmitter is the keyboard. The receiver is the camera. So my TX is connected to the RX because the camera is receiving data from the keyboard. A lot of people will connect RX to RX or TX to TX, and that simply won't work. It's not going to do anything. Keyboard can only use 12 volts. Do not put 24 volts on it or you will blow it. So you can see here my power connections at the top. Pins 3 and 4. My data transmit. Pins 1 and 2. I'm using one Cat5 right into the camera here for testing purposes. The other 3 pairs I'm using 2 pairs for power, 2 pairs for ground, and then 1 pair for UTP video. So this is the back box of the camera. You can see we have coaxial BNC connector with a boot on it. This thing just really doesn't fit in here. The best thing I found to do is to tuck it in like that, or if you have a connector on it, it has to kind of go sideways. Over here is your power terminals for 24 volts. You cannot run this off of 12 volts. Do keep in mind that these suck about 0.6 amps, so you're not going to be able to do a very long cable run, especially with Cat5. The power has to be close to the camera, or you have to be using at least 18 gauge cable. Here's our RX, so you can see I'm using the solid color as positive, and the one with white trace is negative. So my TX is over here. TX minus, TX plus, RX minus, RX plus. That's it. Over here you have UTP video, unshielded twisted pair, or Cat5. If you are using Cat5, use shielded. It's better. Mitigates interference. Try and maintain the twists as much as possible up to the point of connection. Again, to mitigate interference. And then it's only labeled way up in there which one is positive, which one's negative. It's a very poor design. You can't see what you're doing. If you're going to be using coaxitron control through the UTP, switch 9 on the camera must be on. You'll get video, but you won't get control if you're trying to send coaxitron through here. So you must set switch 9 to on. This is a terminal block for alarms and relays and things like that. And then here you just have a, for a translator board, and there's a connector in there. You also have a fuse here, so should you not be getting power, check the fuse. Once again, you must be using 24 volts. It'll do AC or DC. It's DC, polarization is marked on the top. Switch settings are on the back of the camera. You have the tables here, or once again you can go and download the manual online and view the table for the switch settings. So for this purpose here, you can see my switches are set there. Once I power on the camera, it's going to show me them on the screen. And here you can see UTP control. Switch 9 must be set to on. A side note on baluns: if you are trying to do video over Cat5, do not buy the ones that look like this. There's absolutely nothing in them that changes the video signal. It's just changing the shape of the connector. These may work for regular CCTV cameras, but it's not going to work if you're trying to do coaxitron. and you will experience problems in the video signal if you use these. You should get the ones that look like this, or you can go for the brand name NITEC or NVT or Pelco or whatever that are like 20 to 30 bucks a piece. But these, you can still get them fairly cheap, and they do have the circuitry inside that changes the video signal. So we'll power everything up. The fan on this camera is a bit noisy. You'll see the version and firmware and whatnot flashes on the keyboard. The camera will do its best on self-test. Gotta give it a minute. For some reason these take a while to boot up. You'll see on the screen, it'll come up in a second. So you can see here our switch settings are reflected on the screen. And it's gonna go ahead, do its thing there. Oops, I have my hand over it. Okay, so now I'll enter in the address of the camera. We'll go ahead, take manual control. This is variable speed. To access camera menus, 9.5 preset. That'll get you into the settings of the camera itself, and you can adjust things on screen. You have other presets like 98 to 99, which are pans and pan stop. Other than that, pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know. Once again, refer to the manuals online. They have all the information inside.